Good afternoon, students. We are studying the Unit 8, Science and Technology. In the previous lesson, we have learned adverbial clauses, and today we are going to continue developing our grammar skills and also vocabulary on the topic famous inventions. Let's remember about the adverb clauses or adverbial clauses. These are groups of words with a subject and a verb that function as adverbs. Adverb clauses of time tell us about when something happens. We can use conjunctions like when, whenever, before, after, as, while, until, as soon as, and others. Conditional sentences in the future and adverbial clauses of time in the future are used almost in the same way. In the adverbial clauses of time, we don't use the future tense. Instead, we use the present tense. For example, I will buy that novel when it comes out. As soon as I hear from Tom, I will give you a telephone call. As soon as means when something happens immediately afterward. As soon as is very similar to when. It emphasizes that the event will occur immediately after the other. We usually use the present simple for future events. Also, present perfect can also be used. Let's remember about the conditional sentences. Look at this table. We use the zero conditional to talk about things that are generally true, especially for laws and rules. The structure is if or when plus present simple, and in the second part is used also present simple. If I make the effort to do something, I get amazing results. In first conditional sentences, the structure is usually if or when plus present simple and will plus infinitive. We use the first conditional when we talk about future situations we believe are real or possible. For example, when I make the effort to achieve my goals, I will get great results. It is also common to use this structure with unless, as long as soon as, or in case instead of if. The second conditional is used to imagine present or future situations that are impossible or unlikely in reality. The structure is usually if plus past simple and would plus infinitive. If I made the effort to achieve what I want, I would get fantastic results, but I don't. And unreal in past. If I had made the effort to do it in my childhood, past perfect, I would have achieved my goals a long time ago, but I didn't. Open your books on page 127. Exercise 2. Choose the correct verb form to complete each sentence. So let's do it together. Let's read the first sentence. When you come back, the program. So we can see when, come in the present simple. So we need will plus infinitive. The second, we will delete that file when the boss will delete, future simple, will plus infinitive. So we need present simple. The boss tells us to. Remember, we don't use future with when or if. Next, Jane was looking for the wire when Bob. Past continuous. Okay, so we need past also. In this case, past simple came in when Bob came in. When Eric retires from that company, he, when, and we can see the verb retires in the present simple. From this variance, It is better to use variant C. Will have been working. It is future perfect continuous. We use the future perfect continuous form when we are looking back to the past from a point in the future, and we want to emphasize the length or duration of an activity or event. In our sentence, it is for 10 years. Next, number 5. The young generation always surfs the internet when they. In the first part we have present simple. In the second part we see when, so we cannot use variant B, will need. We should look at variant A, need, they need. Number 6. Until she, for the network, she wasn't able to be in contact with me. Wasn't able to. Past simple. And we use had registered. Past perfect. You can use my printer till you get yours fixed. Present simple. And the last, I use my nickname when I messages online. So I use in present simple, then we see when, and we find present simple, send. I send messages online. Please write down this exercise in your exercise book. Now look at exercise 4. Let's read the text and look at the new phrases and words. What are the dangers of the internet? Instead of going out these days, teenagers mostly make friends online, since they spend hours on the internet. But are these long-lasting and reliable friendships? Are computers becoming their best friends since they spend hours playing computer games? Does so much valuable information make teens more educated, or does it reduce their ability to think for themselves? By sharing their typical teenage problems online, teen bloggers, who write more than half the blogs in the world, often reveal personal information which puts them in danger from stalkers. It is even less safe on Facebook and MySpace, where people post their personal details and photos for everyone to see. Unlike television programs, internet content is not limited by any legal restrictions, so even young children can be exposed to harmful content such as pornography. Match the words on the left with the words on the right to get the right phrases from tasks 2 and 4. Okay, so the first, to top up cell phone. The second, to boost self-confidence. Next, to facilitate learning. Free of charge. Long-lasting friendship. To share problems. Harmful content. Legal restrictions. I hope these phrases help you to do your homework. Exercise 6, page 131. Answer the following questions. How often do you top up your cell phone? What material from the internet do you download free of charge? Do you sometimes share your problems online? Have you made any long-lasting friendships in cyberspace? Do teachers at your school use new technology to facilitate learning? Have you ever come across any harmful content on the internet? Are there any legal restrictions for teenagers in Ukraine? What can boost your self-confidence? Please answer these questions and send your homework to Google Classroom. For today, that's all. Thank you. Goodbye.